What is the best Supremo to use in Far Cry 6? I want to go over all of them and rank them from worst to best. Of course, good to know about the Supremos is that you do not only unlock them to use them, but they also unlock very handy gadgets like the EMP grenade that comes with the Volta to disable vehicles so you can, for example, steal them. Or the best Supremo gadget in my opinion is the healing canister. Throw it down when you're being attacked by a ton of enemies, then you will get healing over time when you stay in the area and you can very easily shoot back, kill the enemies that are attacking you. It's an amazing gadget. Another tip before I go into my rankings is that you want to use the amazing headshot kills reward Supremo charge mod on your weapons. You see me now use the MK2 variant, and with that you only need 5 headshots to have a full Supremo again, so you can use these abilities way more often. It's really handy. Of course, if you like the Far Cry content here on the channel, then leaving a like on the video would really help me out. And let's go. Quick reminder for my Far Cry credits giveaway that is going on right now. If you want to participate, the link is in the pinned comment, and these giveaways are only for subscribers of the channel, so good luck. And just like with the Resolver video, I will not be mentioning the Triador Supremo in the ranking, because this one, of course, can only be used in combination with the varita Resolver rifle, so you can shoot enemies through walls. It's an amazing combo if you're into that, but yeah, then you will be focused on that playstyle, while in this video I want to talk about the regular Supremos you can use with any combination of weapons. Still, if you somehow don't have this amazing Supremo and rifle yet, then totally check my video on it, which I will link to in the video description. Let's start the ranking from worst to best with the Fantasma. This may be not a surprise because all the poison items rank the lowest at the time of this recording. Maybe they will improve it in the future, because right now there's very little benefit from having these 3 poison canisters home in on nearby enemies. When they get hit, they will be stunned for some time, take very little damage, and can then sometimes also fight each other. Although if you are the only target close by, then they will just attack you. And what is even worse is that sometimes the poison from the Supremo is not enough to have the enemies be hit by the damage over time. So sure, it is fun when it works, when the enemies are fighting each other, but you can also easily cause this effect with any poison weapon, so using a Supremo for it feels like a complete waste. And the same can kind of be said about the Volta, because this ultimate ability sends out an EMP blast, so you disable vehicles and blast them away really far, which is a funny sight. Although enemies won't really be hurt, so you will still have to take them out. You can upgrade the range in the menu, so then this effect hits even vehicles from further away, so you can easily get some extra resources or disable the vehicle, after that repair it, and then just drive it yourself. While you can use it on enemies, it's not very useful, as it will just blast them on the ground and then you still have to kill them. Now the best use by far is for disabling tanks, so then you can very easily choose to either destroy it by blowing up the driver and the vehicle, which never really gets old, or you can of course use the Supremo to then hijack the vehicle, although as highlighted before, there are also gadgets that do that, including the EMP grenade, which you unlock after buying the Supremo. So sure, I would still unlock the Supremo, so you got the EMP grenade, but I would rather use that and then use the Supremo for something else. Like very easily blowing up helicopters even before they can hit the ground. The Exterminator is very convenient for dealing with Anton's vehicles, even driving convoys can easily be nuked with these homing missiles, or regular enemies when they are surrounding you on the battlefield. They can easily take care of all of them with this Supremo. Like sure, it's smart to focus the rockets though on vehicles to kill the enemies inside of them easily too, but it's actually quite satisfying to unleash the rockets on Anton's elite squad that appear of course when you are wanted. Do keep in mind though that the rockets always go up, so make sure that they have room to home in on targets, otherwise they will just hit the ceiling and you lost your Supremo charge for nothing. Another downside is that it won't nuke a tank, like there will still be quite a lot of health left after a full Supremo attack, and this is with the damage upgrade you can unlock in the menu, so they will need another explosive weapon to finish the job anyways. And after heavily testing all the Resolver weapons for our all Resolver weapon video, which I will leave a link to in the video description, totally check it out if you haven't already. Like, we really grew to love the Pyrotechno, which is basically this Supremo because of the homing missiles, but now you can of course use it multiple times, and also nuke 2 helicopters in one go, which this Supremo cannot even do. And I was able to nuke a tank in one go with this resolver weapon. So the Exterminator is great if you don't have the Pyrotechno fully upgraded yet, because you need to upgrade it to get the homing missiles. And then you can better use the Firework rocket launcher instead. A Supremo that does add a very unique playstyle, that's why we put it on number 3, is the Gladiador. It's amazing for if you want to go in super aggressive. You jam a needle into your leg to supercharge yourself, giving you armor over your health bar so you can take way more damage, but your speed is also significantly increased, which is also super fun in combat with a shotgun, for example, as you can be in the face of the enemies all the time. And as we showed you before, this is also a really good tactic to run even faster in combination with the parkour set. Can be a nice tactic during a special operation to get to the other side of the map in no time. You can, by the way, upgrade the duration of the Supremo in the menu, which is totally handy, of course. And you also, during the Supremo effect, enable instant takedowns. So you can very easily take enemies out with your machete by just walking up to them. It's very similar to the Prisoner's Scarf gear item, but then you can do it from any angle with this Supremo, while with the Scarf, you can only do it from the front. So if you like these brutal melee hits, then the Gladiador gives you a very unique playstyle. Although personally, I think running around with a shotgun is the best tactic in combination with this Supremo. But there are still better Supremos, like the Furioso we put on number 2. Not only because of the special Supremo attack, which burns enemies in a large radius. Okay, maybe not the smartest to use this next to a hostage. But yeah, all the enemies die instantly too. You will totally leave a lot of destruction behind, so it's really for the more chaotic player. And you can also upgrade it with the 1-up, which after the Supremo use gives you improved damage with resolver weapons. So if you like using the resolver guns, then this Supremo helps with that. Again, I did do a video on ranking all the resolver weapons from worst to best, which I will link to also at the end of this one. No, but what makes this Supremo stand out is the amazing double jump you also get. So this is something you can always trigger. It's mostly cool to use it to close the gap on an enemy, for example, and easily take them out with a kind of surprise attack. But you will also leave fire behind, so you can use it to burn enemies. It can only be hard to hit them, so that should not be like the primary use for this double jump. But yeah, when they do get hit, they take damage over time and can die. So maybe you're not really into using the ultimate attacks of these Supremos, then having this passive double jump is huge. It changes up the game quite a lot, and it makes it way more enjoyable if you like to be in the enemy's face. But the number 1 Supremo, without question, is the Médico, because this is a literal lifesaver, mostly because of the self-revive you always have available if you drop when the Supremo ability is ready. So you always can get back up with healing over time and extra defense if you upgrade the Supremo at the workbench. So when you use the self-revive, you're basically unkillable for a short time, so can easily take revenge and likely take out some other enemies too. Sure, you can use the Supremo also before getting shot down to get the extra healing in combat, but when playing solo, there's really no reason to do that, because then there is a chance that you get like one shot at a certain point and then cannot revive anymore. So I would always wait and use it for the self-revive. The only reason you would activate the Supremo ability before that is if you're playing in co-op, because the other player will also get the healing over time when you stand close to each other, so you can keep each other in the fight during a heavy combat encounter. You can also use the Supremo effect to revive your teammate when they are down, which of course way safer and easier than using the regular revive animation. Like, it is possible that you get one shot out of nowhere or get overwhelmed without being able to fight back. Normally, with the other Supremos, you would have to start all over, but now you always have a second chance as long as you keep up the Supremo charge. So yes, having the headshot kills reward bonus Supremo mod in combination with the Supremo is even better, so you basically never die if you kill a lot of enemies in between using the Supremo. Then you're basically unkillable. Like, I can really recommend this Supremo to everyone. Don't let me know your favorite Supremo in the comments down below. Subscribe for way more Far Cry 6 content. A like on the video would really help me out. And check out that big video on all the Resolver weapons ranked from worst to best by clicking on the screen. For now, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.